Welcome, everyone. Today, we're embarking on an exciting journey into the world of Power Automate. We'll walk through the process of setting up your very first flow. By the end of this session, you'll know how to automate tasks and receive notifications with ease. Let's get started with a few preparations. Ensure you have access to OneDrive and Outlook. Start by visiting OneDrive and logging in with your Microsoft account. This will be crucial since OneDrive will be our trigger for the flow. Once you're logged in, create a new folder named Power Automate Mastery. And within it, create a subfolder called Subfolder 1. This folder will be monitored by our flow for any new files that are uploaded. Next, open Outlook and log in with your Microsoft account. This is where you'll receive the notifications from your flow, so make sure it's ready to go. With these prerequisites sorted, let's dive into creating our flow. Begin by navigating to Power Automate. Open your web browser and head over to the Power Automate portal at flow.microsoft.com. Once there, make sure you're logged in with your Microsoft account, as this is where you'll manage all your flows. To start creating a new flow, click on Create from the left-hand menu. This option allows you to either start from scratch or choose an existing template. For our purpose, we'll start from scratch to define our own triggers and actions. Select the Automated Cloud Flow option under the Start from Blank section. This choice gives us the flexibility to build a flow tailored to our needs. Now, it's time to give your flow a name. Enter something descriptive like Notify on New OneDrive File. Naming your flow will help you identify it later on. When prompted to choose a trigger for your flow, search for OneDrive in the search bar and select When a file is created. OneDrive. This trigger will activate your flow every time a new file is added to OneDrive, specifically to the folder we created earlier. Now, let's configure the trigger. Click on the field to specify the OneDrive folder you want to monitor. Choose the Power Automate Mastery /Subfolder 1 folder. Once you've set this up, click New Step to proceed to the next part of our flow. Adding an action is the next step. Click on plus New Step to define what happens when the trigger is activated. Search for Send an Email in the Action search bar and select Send an Email, Outlook. This action will send an email notification whenever a new file is uploaded to our specified folder. Configure the email action by entering the recipient's email address in the To field. Specify a subject line and body for the email. For a personal touch, you might use a subject like New File Uploaded, and a body that reads, Congratulations, your first Power Automate flow is up and running. If desired, you can also click Add Dynamic Content to include details from the trigger in the email, such as the file name or URL. Once you've configured the email action, click Save at the top right of the screen. Saving ensures your flow is preserved and ready for testing. To test the flow, click Test and select Manually. Now, it's time to put your flow to the test. Go back to OneDrive and upload a new file to the Power Automate Mastery /Subfolder 1 folder. Keep in mind that it might take a few moments for the trigger to activate and for the flow to execute. The speed at which the trigger activates can vary depending on system processing times and your licensing level. You should see a success message or notification indicating that the trigger has fired and the flow has run. This message confirms that your flow has executed as expected. Finally, check your Outlook inbox to verify that you have received the email notification. Make sure the email contains the content you set up, confirming that the flow has performed its task correctly. If everything looks good, congratulations. If the flow didn't work as expected, don't worry. Go back to Power Automate portal and review the flow run history under My Flows. This will let you see the results of your flow runs and identify any issues. If necessary, make adjustments to the trigger and actions, and test again to ensure everything is working properly. And there you have it. You've just created and tested your first Power Automate flow. I hope you found this session helpful and are excited to explore more automation possibilities.